What is up, guys and girls? Charlie Hustle here, and tonight I'd like to talk to you about Xbox 360 controllers. Like everyone else out there, I started out with the standard Xbox 360 wireless controller, and this is a fairly decent controller, really. I know Microsoft spent a bunch of money in the design of this. They hired ergonomic scientists to determine the proper layout of the buttons and the curvature of the back. And it's very reliable, believe it or not. It lasts a long time. And that's why it's so hard to find something that improves upon this. But people have tried, and I have purchased, and I have researched, and I have looked tirelessly for that. As a avid gamer, I spend a lot of time with one of these in my hand. And I just gotta think that eventually someone's gotta come up with something better. You see it all the time in the PC gaming. They're always coming out with better mice, better keyboards, so why not for the Xbox and PS3 communities? One of the first alternative controllers that I bought was this Black Ops licensed Mad Catz controller. What attracted me to this controller is this surface. It's this rubberized, it's like a thick rubberized surface, and I used this controller a good bit and it didn't wear at all. It's so nice on the hands. You just want to rub this thing when you're holding it. It's wonderful. Now, one of the key selling features should have been these buttons on the back, but they just didn't work out. If you can see, while I'm holding it, look, my fingers are nowhere near these. They're supposed to be so you can tune them into whatever you want. You can jump and knife and do whatever without taking your hands off the analog sticks. Didn't work out for the size of my hands. Now, the main reason that this controller didn't make it into my regular rotation is the analog sticks. It seems like they have more travel than your Xbox controller. I'm not sure. I never really mentioned, but it just feels like from dead center to the edge, it feels like it had more travel, and I was just never able to tune in my sensitivity to get this controller to work. So as much as I like this surface, I just couldn't use it. I couldn't do well with that controller. So I was back to the wireless controller once again, and then came out a controller that was issued by Razer, who's big in the PC gaming peripherals, and that was called the Onza. And I wish I had one here to show you, but unfortunately all three of them that I bought all broke within a month of receiving them. It was a wonderful concept. It seemed like it was going to be great. It had buttons on the back that were very easy to access, that you could utilize much like was the intent with the Black Ops controller. It had adjustable tension on the thumbsticks so that you could almost tune in sensitivity individually for your aiming stick and for your running stick in an FPS, which was very appealing to me. However, the reliability wasn't there. It just fell apart in your hands. It wasn't like I was abusing the controllers. I've had this wireless controller for 3 years now, so I am not an abusive guy when it comes to my hardware, and the things just fell apart on me. So no matter how good the intent of the design was, it doesn't matter if you can't execute it. So that was gone. Now the next thing that I tried out was the Evil Controllers faceplate and sticks. What they've done is they made their own faceplate here that you just take off the OEM faceplate off your Microsoft controller and bolt this one on. It's a fairly simple job. And what this had is this had the discrete buttons on the D-pad so that when you were dropping a Claymore in Black Ops, you weren't accidentally calling in a kill streak as well. Pretty cool. I got this because actually I was ordering these PS3 sticks from them. What it is instead of the concave design of the standard Xbox thumbstick, you get a convex, an Audi, let's call it, of the PS3 stick. And some people like that better. They say they have better control in first-person shooters, whereas this gives you a little bit better stick. So you can kind of slide around on this a little bit to really tune in your aim, whereas on this you stick to the middle of it and it's more bang, bang, bang. I'm going this way, going that way, going this way. So I tried that setup. It seemed to work. I like the PS3 sticks. Sometimes I have a little bit of an issue if I get a little bit of moisture or I have a little bit of a sweating issue with the hands. but all in all, not too bad. I've had this setup going for about 6 months now, so it's safe to say that it lasts. I also tried an evil stick on the Black Ops controller to see if it improved anything, and it didn't. And this also confirmed my suspicion about the travel, because you can't really see on the video, but actually these thumbsticks light up on the bottom, which is kind of cool. But the light shines through, so that confirmed for me that the opening around the stick is larger on this controller than the other one, which throws the sensitivity off. Some people may like that, by the way, but I personally didn't. It's personal preference. So I was fairly satisfied with that. And then Catz announced that they were partnering up with the MLG, Major League Gaming, to come up with, develop a new Xbox 360 controller with the professional gamer in mind. Wow, perfect. This blew my mind. I was excited from it from the start, from the announcement. Just waiting with credit card in hand to put that pre-order in. Sure enough, November 20th, I put the pre-order in, and now we are at January 12th, and it shipped. I had it overnight shipped so that way I could get it as soon as I could, and here it is. I did an unboxing video, so if you're interested in that, check my channel. It's got some pretty nice packaging, but this thing is a tank, a beautiful tank. It's a piece of art and a tank all at the same time. I've played with it for about 2.5 hours and loving it. I'll walk you through some of the features so that you can see what's going on here. One of the key selling features of this controller is that the sticks and the D-pad are interchangeable and swappable. So what you can do is you take off this faceplate, and you can actually also take off these shoulders here, let's call them. And by the way, it's a bit of a struggle to take them off, but that's a good thing, because you don't want them falling off. It's a high-strength magnet. If you've ever seen the Astro A40s, the earpieces that go on there, it's the same type of deal. So what you have here, you can just give these guys a quarter twist, and they pop right out. Really easy. We'll go through and we'll just destruct this thing. Boom, there you go. So in the package, you'll receive 2 Xbox 360 style thumbsticks, 2 PlayStation 3 style thumbsticks, and 2 D-pads. 1 standard, let's call it Nintendo Cross, and 1 with the discrete buttons. So you can mix it and match this however you want. If you want to set it up like a PS3 with your thumbsticks down here and your D-pad, oops, sorry, up there, that's fine. You can even do like a PS3 setup with Xbox thumbsticks. Doesn't matter. The choice is yours. You can set it up however you want. For me, I'm going back to that setup that I had with the Evil sticks. Xbox on the top, PS3 on the bottom, and we'll go discrete with that. That's my preferred setup right now. However, I am considering going back to a Xbox here, because these Xbox sticks are fantastic. The little nubbies on these that are in the center of the thumbstick are just sticky as anything. It's a wonderful experience. You can really feel the grippies there holding your thumb to the stick. I love them. They're great. It also comes with a secondary set of faceplate and shoulder plates. I was a little bit disappointed here because, as you can see, it's the difference between the gloss and the matte. I'm not sure that the video is picking it up, but this is like a matte surface, much like a regular standard Xbox controller, and this is like a piano type of gloss. Really sharp looking here. I was hoping that this was going to be this rubberized coating, which, by the way, guys, on the back, this is that same rubberized coating that was on the Black Ops controller. This is just, it's luscious in your hands. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So this, however, it's not that same rubberized coating, but you know what? It really doesn't make that much of a difference, because if you can see, when you're holding the controller, your hands aren't that much on the top. They're more on the sides where you have the rubber. So where you're actually contacting the controller, you're not touching you have the rubber rather. I'm sorry. The one benefit of this is no fingerprints. I can see this getting kind of fingerprinty, but it is a very sexy look for the controller. So let's go through some of the other features here. On the back, we have a weight kit, and we have several different options. So you can see here back, it looks like it's going to be a wireless controller, but unfortunately, guys, it's not. Microsoft is kind of weird about letting that information out, and plus this is for competitive guys, right? They don't want wireless. That's an extra lag to them, and then you also have the cross signals going on in major competition. Won't work out. So this is a wired controller. It's for serious gamers. This is the primary weight pack here, and you slip that in and close it up. And I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have any weights in there right now. Here are the weights, and I believe they are 35 grams each, and you get 2 of them. There's a slot for 2. 35 grams is a pretty good little bit of weight when you put it on a controller. Right now I'd say this is maybe just a little bit heavier than a standard Xbox controller. If you do the vibration delete, if you take them out, it is going to be a little bit heavier right out of the box. And if you want to run no weights in the back, you can do that too. They give you a flat plate, which you simply insert like so, and there you go. It's very akin to a wired Xbox controller that you're probably used to. But you can take your weights and you can put either 1 or 2 into your weight holder, let's call it. There we go. And we'll put 1 in, fire it in there, and it really changes the feel of the controller. When you put both weights in here, it's heavy. It feels good. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I can see where some people would like it. Now, what I like to do, since I'm used to playing with a wireless controller, I take both weights out. I play with a wireless controller without the vibration kit in it, so I'm used to a light controller, but I'm also used to this ridge on the back. My fingers have a happy little home resting against there. Yeah, does anyone remember that guy with the big afro who did the art? He'd say things like happy little home with the squirrels. Anyhow, I was referencing him. But yeah, so there's my happy little home for my fingers. They go right there. Good to go. The triggers feel good. They might have a slightly shorter stroke than the standard Xbox. Not really sure. They're not a key selling point, but they're crisp. All the buttons are crisp. One thing that's going to take a little bit of getting used to for me is the select and start buttons are all the way up here. So oftentimes during a game, I'm looking to check the score, and I'm over in here, and I gotta remember it's up there. So we also have the cord, which is a braided cord, pretty much standard fare now on premium controllers, or ones that hope to be premium controllers. But here's what's cool about this. It's got a crazy little connector plug that screws into the top of the controller. If you're familiar with premium audio gear, it will look sort of familiar. And that, my friends, is a robust connection. It's not going to get pulled out, but the reason they did this is when people store or travel with controllers, they tend to take this thing and wrap it around there real tight, and that breaks all your connectors in there and does lots of bad things to the controller. A lot of good controllers get ruined that way. So if you're traveling with it, you unscrew it, take it apart, and you bundle it up like a gentle human being. So that saves you breaking your controller. It also makes it nice and replaceable. I believe they have said that they're going to sell different lengths of cord depending on what your needs are. So that'll be interesting to see that come out. Also included in the pack is a carrying case. Now I was a little bit disappointed with this, and I said this in the unboxing. This here, you can see it's just like foam with some sort of feltish inside. There's a Velcro compartment up top to put some gear. It will definitely hold all your gear, and you can carry it like that. But now you're an MLG legit killer. You gonna walk in there carrying this? Really? Really? Your lunch pail? Not exactly manly looking. And I suggested something like that comes with the Astros. This is a molded ballistic nylon setup that the Astros do with their headsets. I would pay an extra $20 to $40 for that. This is no big deal to me because, I mean, if I travel, I'm probably not going to use it. I'm probably not even going to use it to keep the spare parts in it. I'm probably going to lose it. No big deal to me. I don't really care. It's not why I bought it, but I will say that I wouldn't mind paying extra for something like that if they decide to offer it on the side. As far as the gameplay with it, it is going to take some getting used to. Maybe 1 or 2 games to get acclimated to the feel of it. The sensitivity is a little bit different, but that even goes between Xbox controllers. I've noticed some controllers go from 2 sensitivity points here or there in first-person shooters just between controllers. And it's also the wear and tear on the controllers. Like I said, my stud here is about 3 years old. So these thumbsticks are well worn in. You can see I got like a groove put in that thing. I've done some work on this guy. So this guy's probably loosey-goosey from a standard controller. If I took this one, which gets very little play, and compared it, it probably feels about the same. But I did have to tune my sensitivity down about 2 points to get my aim back once I went with this. But once I did that, I was back on point. So all in all, this is a great controller so far. Only time will tell how it does as far as reliability. As of right now, I highly recommend you go out and pick this up if you're looking for a premium experience with your Xbox, or I believe they have it as PS3 as well. But yeah, go check it out, guys. This is a great product. This seems like a home run. I know there are other companies out there who offer modifications to Xbox 360 controllers, and that looks promising, but really, are you getting that much better than a standard Xbox 360 controller? This is a completely different experience. This is a premium. This is like going and upgrading from the cloth to the leather in your car. This is a luxury item for gamers who take their gaming serious. So if you fit into that category, go pick it up. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll respond to them as soon as I can. And let me know how I did with the video. I got a bunch more of these videos that I'd like to do. Let me show you guys something here. This also came today from Amazon. So we got some other things to talk about here. The main guy is that. I haven't had time to hook this stuff up, but I plan to tomorrow. And I'd like to do a video on that as well. So if you let me know how I did in this video, hopefully I can take those comments in and improve on what I do with these so that you guys can get all the information you need in preparing to make your purchases. So once again, this is Charlie Hustle, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. Hey, it's Charlie again, and I just realized there were 2 things including the kit that I didn't cover, and they sort of confused me when I first got it. I thought maybe I was missing something, and that's this plastic piece here and this cord here. I had to ask the developers of this, Mad Catz and Markman23 on Twitter, the developer of this unit, what this piece was. I took a picture of it and I said, what the heck is this? What am I missing out on? He said, don't worry about it. It's a device for adapting to a old school Xbox headset. I don't even know what that is, so I guess I don't need that. But this, I didn't bother asking what this is because I can kind of guess. It goes in here like that. Not sure the specific purpose, but this is really what I want to show you. I really like this right angle style of plug that comes out as opposed to the typical Xbox straight plug sticking out with the dangly cord. Let me free that up a little bit. You know, sticking out with that wire coming out of there. So what I've done is I put the right angle plug in the bottom, hook up the badass screw on wire, cable, whatever you want to call it, And then I take this thing up the back like that, right up the spine. And then for now I just took this little twisty tie that actually came around the cable itself, and for the sake of this video I'll just put it on quick. And then I plug into that going to my my mix amp. As far as sound quality and all that, it works. I don't know if it's supposed to work, but it works. And what this does is it really cleans up that bottom of the controller. Now I know a lot of the headsets are coming out with different wireless options as far as the chat feature goes. Turtle Beach has a Bluetooth plug-in that goes in the bottom of your controller. I don't know if that will work with this Surface because it's a little bit different than a Xbox controller. And Mad Catz is actually coming out with their own proprietary Xbox licensed wireless chat feature, which I'm really looking forward to as well. But for now, this works great. Really keeps it out of the hair, really cleans things up. I might even put maybe another twisty tire, like a little piece of Velcro up here further on the cord to really clean things up. So once again, this is Charlie Hustle, and let me know what you think.